Welcome to the exciting world of the Jurassic period. Today we will go to the ancient ocean to explore the life of one of the most amazing creatures of that time. These are ichthyosaurs, ophthalmosaurs, and darcondosaurs. Ichthyosaurs were marine reptiles perfectly adapted to life underwater. With an appearance resembling modern dolphins, they possessed an extremely streamlined body and powerful flippers, thanks to which they deftly maneuvered and developed impressive speed in pursuit of fish and squid. Ophthalmosaurus. This is a unique representative of ichthyosaurs, known for his huge eyes. These eyes were one of the largest in the animal world, reaching up to 9.8 inches in diameter. They allowed the ophthalmosaur to see perfectly at great depths, where pitch darkness reigned. He hunted deep-sea squids and fish, easily focusing in the darkness of the ocean depths. Meanwhile, at the top of the seafood chain, there was a Darcodontosaurus, an impressive predator, reaching a length of up to 40 feet. Its powerful jaws were armed with impressive teeth that could cope even with large prey, such as smaller ichthyosaurs and large fish. His strategy was effective and fast. A sudden attack from the depths, after which the prey no longer had a chance of salvation. Plesiosaurs were one of the most recognizable sea reptiles of that time. Their silhouette resembled the legendary inhabitant of Loch Ness. A long neck, a small head, and a powerful body equipped with 4 strong fins. Their swimming was smooth and elegant, like a ballet in slow motion. These animals could reach 5 to 50 feet in length and deftly hunted fish and squid. One of the most famous plesiosaurs was Cryptoclide. This clever marine hunter reached up to 26 feet in length and had a long, flexible neck with sharp, bent teeth, perfectly suitable for grabbing fine prey. The Cryptoclide usually swam in coastal waters and in shallow water, slowly circling among algae and coral reefs, deftly grabbing anything unsuspecting fish from their shelters. Another wonderful representative of this group was Murenosaurus. It stood out with an extremely long neck, which consisted of numerous vertebrae and could make up almost half the length of his body, reaching a total length of about 33 feet. Thanks to such a neck, the Murenosaurus was able to maneuver and hunt for prey in the most inaccessible places of the seabed, extracting sea creatures from the cracks and crevice, which seemed inaccessible to other predators. 3 more amazing representatives of the Jurassic period: Plesiosaur, liopleurodon, and Pelinium. Let's start with Plesiosaur, a powerful sea hunter, reaching a length of up to 50 feet. This was a huge animal with a massive head armed with huge teeth resembling daggers. Its powerful jaws could easily develop almost any prey, from large fish to young plesiosaurs. Plesiosaur was a real giant and undoubted owner of the ancient ocean. But even Plesiosaur had a worthy competitor, famous liopleurodon. This predator, about 33 feet long, had an extremely sharp sense of smell, thanks to which he could detect prey for several kilometers. His massive body and powerful flippers allowed him to make lightning-fast jerks to the victim, making him one of the most effective hunters of his time. With his huge teeth, he easily broke the flesh of large prey, providing himself with championship among naval reptiles. Among these giants, Pelinium also stood out, the significantly smaller representative of the plesiosaurs, who reached only about 10 feet in length. However, this compact size gave him a huge advantage: dexterity and maneuverability. Pelinium hunted smaller prey, such as fish and squid, rapidly pursuing them in the thickets of seaweed and rocky reefs. Its narrow, oblong jaws made it possible to catch fast and agile prey with surgical accuracy. Now, we will transfer to the land of the Jurassic period. Let's see who lived in thick forests, marshy areas, and endless plains. In the vast expanses covered with thick vegetation, incredible creatures ruled: ground dinosaurs. Among them, two giant predators stood out especially: Allosaur and his close relative, Saurophaganax. Allosaur was one of the most successful and common Jurassic predators. This impressive dinosaur reached a length of up to 33 feet and weighed about 2 tons. He was distinguished by strong hind legs, allowing him to quickly pursue the prey, and powerful front paws with sharp claws, which helped to hold and break the victim. The Allosaurus hunted both one by one and in small groups, tracking large herbivorous dinosaurs, such as Diplodocus and Stegosaurs. But even the Allosaur was not the largest predator of his time. In the same lands, an even more impressive hunter dominated: Saurophaganax. Its name literally means lizard eater. And it was deserved. The length of his body exceeded 40 feet, and the mass could reach 4 tons. This giant was one of the largest predators who have ever inhabited land. Saurophaganax could easily compete with other large predators for the territory and prey. His hunting strategy was simple but effective: an ambush and a lightning attack. Powerful jaws, armed with long, sharp teeth, allowed him to easily cope with common sauropods. It is possible that it was Saurophaganax who occupied the top of the food chain of the South period, dominating in ancient ecosystems. The Megalosaurus, whose name is translated as the Great Lizard, went down in history as the first dinosaur, officially described by science. He lived about 166 million years ago in Jurassic Europe. With a length of up to 30 feet and sharp, curved teeth, the Megalosaurus was an active predator, probably hunting large herbivores. His body was strong and balanced. The long tail provided balance, and the hind legs were quick acceleration. This dinosaur was the top of the food chain of its time. And now we will go from warm Jurassic England to the ice Antarctica. Here at the beginning of the Jurassic period, about 190 million years ago, another predator lived: Cryolophosaur. His name means frozen rowing lizard. In honor of the intricate bone crest decorating his skull, this predator, about 23 feet long, was not only a dangerous hunter, but possibly used his comb to demonstrate or recognize relatives. Surprisingly, he lived in conditions that are today associated with eternal permafrost, although then the climate was much softer. Compassionate, one of the smallest and dexterous dinosaurs known to science, the size of a domestic cat. This agile hunter quickly moved along the forest litter, hunting for insects, lizards, and other small creatures. His speed and quick wit allowed him to survive in the world of giant predators. The Compass used the strategy of quick attack and the equally rapid retreat, avoiding meeting with larger rivals. Euequator, another small predator, opened relatively recently. Its name is translated as hunter from Eura, about 3 feet long. The jocunter had a graceful body and sharp teeth, perfectly adapted for catching fine prey. It is noteworthy that the fossils of the Euequator retain traces of soft tissues, which suggests that the body of this dinosaur was covered with primitive feathers or similar structures that helped him maintain heat and possibly even disguised in dense thickets. Ornitolest, the name of which means bird kidnapper. was a little larger, up to 7 feet in length. Its distinctive feature was long, tenacious front paws, with powerful claws, with which he cleverly seized prey. Despite the name, Ornithol probably hunted not only on early birds, but also small dinosaurs and other animals. He was one of the most successful and universal hunters of his era. Now let's talk about herbivores, one of the most famous giants of the past. Diplodocus. Imagine a creature up to 88 feet long, with a neck and tail, which together made up most of his body. His neck was crowned by a small head, ideally adapted for breaking foliage from trees. The Diplodoc calmly wandered around the valleys and plains, absorbing huge amounts of plant food daily. Its massive tail served not only a counterweight, but also a powerful means of protection against predators. With one blow, he could drive away even the most persistent hunter. Another majestic representative of sauropods, Apatosaur, once known as a brontosaur. This is an impressive animal, reaching a length of up to 82 feet and masses up to 30 tons, differed in a particularly powerful and strong body. The Apatosaurus moved slowly and majestically, eating stiff conifers and ferns. Due to its mass and strong structure, the Apatosaurus was almost invulnerable to most predators of its time. Now let's pay attention to a more unusual otauropod. This is Brachytrachelopan. This dinosaur was significantly different from its brothers, with an unusually short neck. The length of Brachytrachelopan did not exceed 33 feet, and he preferred to eat vegetation growing closer to the ground. His compact body allowed him to maneuver in thick thickets, obtaining food inaccessible to other giants with long necks. It was sauropod, which chose a completely different path of evolution. And finally, the Mamensaur, the owner of one of the most impressive necks in the history of the animal world. The length of his neck reached almost half of the total body length, amounting to about 40 feet. Such an extreme anatomical feature allowed Mamensaur to eat foliage from the highest trees, remaining outside of competition among other sauropods. Imagine a graceful animal, slowly sliding neck among the branches, like a giant living crane. Stegosaur, this dinosaur of about 30 feet long, was known for its spectacular bone plates along the back and formidable spikes on the tail. Its name is translated as a Cryolophosaurus, and despite an impressive look, it was a peaceful herbivore. Scientists suggest that the massive plates served Stegosaur to regulate body temperature, or help to scare the predators and attract the attention of the opposite sex. The tail, armed with spikes, effectively defended him from attacks by large predators like Allosaurus. His closest relative, Kenthrosaurus, was a little smaller, about 16 feet in length, but his defense was even more impressive. The body of this dinosaur was covered not only with plates, but also with sharp spikes that stuck up and to the sides, creating almost impenetrable armor. Who lived in dense thickets of Jurassic vegetation, Kenthrosaurus ate stunted plants and ferns, preferring to avoid conflicts, but if necessary, was capable of violently defend. Against the backdrop of these armored giants, a Compsognathus was stood out. A clever and agile grass dinosaur, the length of which reached 23 feet. Compsognathus moved mainly on his hind legs, which allowed him to quickly run away from danger and get higher branches of plants. His name means bending lizard, which is associated with the flexibility of his body and maneuverability, which made his life among giants safer and more convenient. And finally, the smallest participant in our story, Drinker, no more than 7 feet long. This small but very agile dinosaur led a secretive lifestyle among dense vegetation, avoiding meetings with larger and dangerous neighbors. Eating soft leaves and shoots, the drinker was one of the first dinosaurs for whom running and dexterity was the key to survival in the harsh world of the Jurassic period. Delivery. This agile grass dinosaur, a little more than 5 feet long, had a graceful physique that allowed him to easily avoid meeting with predators. Smellia was fed by soft vegetation, seeds, and fruits, moving mainly on 2 hind legs in order to quickly hide from danger and deftly maneuver among shrubs and thickets. Due to its speed and caution, she successfully survived in a world full of giants. The Ankysaver was a small herbivore dinosaur, about 7 feet in length. He moved mainly on 4 paws, although he could stand on the rear to reach delicious leaves or twigs. Possessing a harmonious physique and a long, flexible neck, the Ankysaurus easily reached hard-to-reach vegetation, avoiding competition with larger animals. Another interesting representative of that time was Massasphoic. It was a larger relative of Ankysaurus, reaching a length of about 13 feet. Its distinctive feature was a long neck and powerful front limbs with sharp claws that he used to extract food. Despite the impressive dimensions, Massasphoic was a peaceful herbivore fed by the leaves and shoots of plants. Long before the first birds, before the appearance of giant pterosaurs, the heaven of the Jurassic period already belonged to one of the first flying vertebrates, Rhamphorhynchus. This is a pterosaurus that lived about 150 million years ago. He was relatively small. The scope of its wings was about 3 feet. But despite the modest size, Rhamphorhynchus was a magnificent flyer. Its long tail with a rhombus end acted as a stabilizer, helping to maintain balance and maneuver in flight. The toothy mouth of Rhamphorhynchus speaks for itself. He was a clever hunter. His sharp, curved teeth were perfect for capture of fish. He dived over the water surface, catching prey right on leg, eye, like modern tones or cutting. Scientists suggest that the Rhamphorhynchus, like modern seabirds, could nest on coastal rocks and lead a colonial lifestyle. Although Rhamphorhynchus was a distant ancestor of later pterosaurs with a huge scale of wings, his body structure shows us the beginning of a great evolutionary experiment. Conquesting the sky, these flying reptiles became the first vertebrates to master the air element. And finally, we will talk about the essence that occupies a special place in the history of life on Earth. This is Archaeopteryx. He was not just an ancient bird, and not just a dinosaur. He was a link, a living transition between 2 great evolutionary worlds. These are reptiles and birds. Archaeopteryx lived about 150 million years ago, in the late Jurassic period. His remains were first found in the limestone of Bavaria, in the ancient archipelago where warm lagons once raged and tropical groves grew. The size of a dove, Archaeopteryx had the features of both birds and dinosaurs. Feeders, wings, and collarbone like birds, but teeth, a long bony tail, and claws on the wings like that of theropodic dinosaurs. Did he be able to fly? Most scientists believe yes, but not like modern birds. His flight was most likely intermittent, similar to planing between branches. Perhaps he soared short jumps from the ground or descended from a height, like a protein letag. This style of movement helped to avoid predators and hunt insects and small lizards. Archaeopteryx is not just an ancient bird. This is a living illustration of how gradually, step by step, nature transformed ground predators into air wanderers. He was neither completely dinosaur nor a real bird. He was a transition, turning point in the history of evolution. Did you like the video? Put your finger up and leave the comments. Subscribe and learn a lot of interesting things. And also click in the bell so as not to miss new and interesting videos from the Real Unreal channel.